World, it's your boy DJ Tezzy, born and raised right here in Middletown, Ohio. I want to start off by saying this journey that I'm on is amazing. I want to give a big ups to my guys here at Higher Faculty, Action, Captain, Fuego, my boy, my right hand, LC, you heard. You know, they brought me in on this K-pop journey. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. Never heard of K-pop before, you know, they gave me a call and said, get here now. And, man, it's just been a blessing. It's been amazing ever since that day. And, I feel so proud and amazing and loved and whatever you want to call it, just to be a part of this group, this Higher Faculty group. I definitely feel like I'm at home when I walk through the door. And like I said, these guys brought me in, so big ups to them. And I'm enjoying every bit of this K-pop journey. I want to give another special shout out to the K-pop Higher Faculty fam. The love you guys show me during the streams and just during, you know, all the reactions when these guys are talking about me or when they put me on YouTube and showing the latest sets that I come through and do. Just the love is just amazing, and I'm very proud to be a part of this. So yeah, K-pop won't stop. You see the shirt, I think you can see it. How y'all feeling out there tonight? Little insight about me getting started as a DJ. First of all, I never ever thought about being a DJ until one night, like a random night. I used to make CDs, mix CDs 24/7. I get home from school, I'm making CDs, putting music on a playlist and burning it and calling everybody up like, hey, come get this, I got this for you, this just came out. So started off by just making CDs and, you know, getting the latest music that dropped whenever it dropped. And I had made a CD for this girl, and you know, she had a birthday party, and she had called me and she was like, hey, I need you to come to my birthday party and DJ for me. And I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean DJ? I'm not a DJ. I've never DJ'd ever before in my life. She was like, well, I don't care, I just need you to, that CD that you made me a week ago, just get up here and play that CD. Just let it play, and you know, play it however you want to play it, but that's what I want you to do. So me thinking, I'm like, okay, well, I got iTunes, maybe I could just let the iTunes ride and just play. And then I did a little bit of researching on DJing, and I'm like, this is not gonna work. So I downloaded a virtual DJ, and I took those songs and I put them on that software, and I tell you what, I fell in love with DJing overnight. Literally that night I became a DJ. So you know, that was a big blessing for me. Like I said, never ever thought about DJing before that night, and ever since then it's just grown. Larry's mom, actually, when she found out that I was DJing, she would hit me up like, hey, I need a DJ, I need you to DJ this event, that event. And I wouldn't, sometimes I'll be like, I'm busy, like, because I was nervous, because I just never really thought about being a DJ. And then I start buying small equipment. I bought a Bluetooth speaker with all the flashy lights on it, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna make me pop. And I would take it to the sets, and I set it up right in front of my table. No mixer, no lights, no big speakers, none of that. I just had my laptop, and I hook in directly to the Bluetooth speaker, and I would literally sit with one finger and map out all the music with virtual DJ, and I would just play music like that. And until this day, she says it cracks her up that, you know, when I started off, I was walking in willing a Bluetooth speaker, setting up, and I think I did that for like almost a year before I actually got into the different softwares and DJ turntables and DJ controllers and, you know, big speakers like my big thump right here and my lights behind me. You know, before before all of this, it was just simple and small, you know what I mean? But it's just something that I took and I ran with it. And, you know, a lot of people here, local in Middletown, gave me an opportunity to come DJ, and I took advantage of that as well. So I think I'm well known in the community as the local DJ, which is fine with me. And, you know, I'm trying to expand that and make it a lot bigger than what it is. And it's growing and growing and growing. And with the help of these guys here at higher faculty that I'm a part of now, hey, shout out to me, shout out to the squad. With their help and the way they push me, the way they thrive for success is, you know, it's just making me actually dig deeper into DJing. So other than that, man, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how I got started. So, you know, you don't have to know anything about DJing. All you do is get you a laptop, download you simple software. Don't got to be Serato DJ. It don't got to be virtual DJ. It could be the most simplest software that they have out there, and there's tons. And just mess around with it, you know what I mean? Just have fun with it. At the end of the day, if you're not having fun with it, then, you know, there's no point of really doing it. But just have fun with it, you know, make it make sense. Like I say, you don't need all this stuff that we have here. You know, this is just growth. You know, I worked hard for everything you see in front of me. So start off small, you know. You don't have to go out, spend $12,000 or $1,200 on DJ equipment. Start off small and build your way up. Get on YouTube and watch other DJs. I'm telling you, like, it helps. I still do it till this day. There's still a lot that I'm learning as far as being a DJ, being a great DJ, a successful DJ, full-time DJ. There's still a lot that I'm learning now. So, you know, it takes time and it takes practice, and at the end of the day, hard work pays off. So, you know, if you are wanting to be a DJ, it's like I said, it's not that hard. Start off simple. Take your time, and everything else will come. So. Oh yeah. To me, it was a huge transition because I play a lot of ratchet music. You know what I mean? Like, I get real ratchet on the turntables. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of twerk music comes through the turntables for me when I get to mixing and get to spinning. So when they hit me to the K-pop, you know, at sometimes when I would be in certain places, like, I felt like I couldn't really play pop music. People just wasn't into it, like American pop. A lot of people aren't really into it. But when I got into the K-pop, I was like, man, this is fire. Like, everything, the beats, everything, and the way everything just transitioned from me playing, you know, regular hip hop, or from me playing regular R&B or playing regular pop music, you know, just switching to K-pop just was a whole different era for me. And like I said, where we are from here now, I don't know too many people that are interested in K-pop or even listen to K-pop, but for me, it's majorly different, and I love it. Like, I always say to myself, like, you know, I don't understand what they're talking about. I don't understand the meaning of some of these songs. I started off saying that. But as I got into it, more deeper into it, which I think I'm on like a, 3-4 month run right now. Once I got deeper into it, I can actually go back from songs that are being requested. I can go back, I can get on YouTube, and I can read the subtitles, the English subtitles for the song. So it makes more sense. And, you know, everything not about drugs, money, cars, and clothes. You know, the majority of your music is, and, you know, that's perfectly fine. You know, everybody choose their preference of what music they like. But most of the K-pop music is just about being on a grind. And then, you know, you get music with different artists that are just in love. You know what I mean? It's all for love. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite songs. So Yeah, that's the different transition. Like that's how it transitioned for me from going to playing a lot of hip hop, a lot of ratchetness, and that's okay because there ain't nothing wrong with getting a little ratchet every now and then. That's just me personally, you know. Everything is how do I say this? Everything has a meaning to it, and I think everybody knows right from wrong. So when you do listen to music that's, you know, and they're talking about killing and shooting and everything, you know, you could be listening to it just for the beat and like the song just for the beat. You could be listening to it because you like the lyrics, but that don't mean you necessarily got to go out here and do that. So it's like I said, everybody knows right from wrong. So music to me is deeply in my heart. Like I love all music, you know what I mean? I can sit and listen to anything. It doesn't matter, you know. I don't think all songs are, you know, for me, but I'll take a chance, I'll take a gamble and listen to it, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. And that's just the same way with you guys. Anybody out here that, you know, sits back and reacts. You know, some songs you love, some songs you just not gonna like. You might not play it again. I got over 20,000 songs on this laptop between these two laptops, and I can tell you this right now, I don't know half of the music that's on there. But, you know, I download it, and if somebody wants to hear it, if I got it, I'll play it. My favorite artist right now in the game is Lil Baby, man. His music is just amazing, and I feel like every track that he's on, it just comes in hard. Like, I'm a big Lil Baby fan. I love Megan Thee Stallion. I love all of her music. You know what I mean? She gets you going. Ratchet. She gets you going. She might not be. I don't want to sit and call Megan Thee Stallion ratchet, because she might get on an interview somewhere and be like, yeah, y'all see that DJ from Middletown, Ohio? He called me ratchet. She might not care, though, but the music is fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Megan Thee Stallion. I'm a big Bruno Mars fan. Love Bruno. Sit and play his music back to back. Yo Gotti, Rod Wave. You know, those are my top right there right now. Gucci, Moneybagg Yo. You know what I mean? I listen to all that for sure. And for the K-pop right now, y'all know I'm a moan baby. You know I'm a moan baby, and if you look behind me, you know I'm rocking with Itzy for 24 hours. All day, take a shower. You know what I'm saying? That's how I be up here. Like, I hear something, and I'll hear it my way. You know what I mean? I might not say it right. It might not be the right lyrics, but that's how I heard it. So that's how I'm going to say it and repeat it until I actually go sit down and look at the actual lyrics. You know what I mean? I think there's one song where, yeah, matter of fact, it's the Itzy song where she's like, so what? I'm about to get money. So what? We about to get rich. That's what I heard. So that's what I sit up here and say to myself. And it might not be accurate, but it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay for somebody to, you know, get in the chat and be like, hey, Tez, that's not what she's saying. And I'm like, all right, well, that's what I'm going to say when I'm sitting up here DJing and mixing it. Yeah, that's the remix. So, you know, Itzy, I love Itzy. I'm a big BTS fan. I love all BTS music. My niece Kendra, she is Army. She will look you in your face, and you'll ask her if she listens to da-da-da-da-da, she's like, no, I'm Army. You know what I mean? She's serious. She's serious when it comes to the Army. So I love BTS because she introduced me to them. Let me see. Jay Park has to be one of my favorite K-pop, K-hip-hop, K-R&B, anything else he does. Jay Park is the man. I love Jay Park. NCT got 7. Yeah, that's who I'm rolling with. But in here, I'm a moan baby. I'm a moan baby. So you know what I mean. When y'all get on the Twitch and see me live, start throwing in some more Monster X for me, man. Because I try not to spoil it for my guys here. Like, I try not to be at work or at home and, you know, just listening to K-pop back to back to back to back because I want to give these guys a chance to react to it before I play it. So, you know, I need to do a better job at that. But when I hear slap, I'm like, I gotta play this, man. They might not remember, but I'm playing this today. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I might be leaving a couple artists out. You know what I mean? Let me hit the K-pop playlist right here. And by the way, my K-pop playlist has just now reached, I think I was only at about 80 songs. I am now on my K-pop playlist. I'm now at 1,500 songs, 1,500 K-pop songs. And probably out of 1,500 of those K-pop songs, there's at least 100 of them that I've never played. Like, literally, I'm sitting here looking at it right now. Like, I kid you not. So my K-pop playlist is up there. So that just shows you the creativity that you know, these K-pop artists puts in, the work that they put in, because there's so much music. And with me being introduced to it only a few months ago, I would have never thought that it was this much K-pop music roaming around the world. Roaming around the world. So yeah, man, all you K-pop artists out there, man, keep doing your thing and keep blessing all these K-pop fans to send me the slaps, because I'm gonna play them whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? One thing that drives me crazy is that copyright stuff. Like, I know you guys want your money, I know you want to, but can we figure out a way? Can we figure out a way to bypass the whole copyright thing? Because at the end of the day, us DJs, we're going to play your music and it's going to grab attention from somebody else. I know y'all want y'all's money. I want my money too, but you know what I mean? We playing it because we love it. You know what I mean? Rather, you know, all DJs don't play the same music or like the same music, but at the end of the day, we're playing other artists' music because we like it or somebody else does. So we need to find a way around this whole copyright and stuff. You know what I mean? We need to find a way to make it to where you get your money regardless, or rather if somebody else is mixing it or doing something to it or not. That's just my opinion on that. You know, don't bash me in the comments. I mean, speak your mind, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, who did I leave out for K-pop? You know, it's a couple artists that I left out for American hip-hop, American R&B. You know, I'm a big fan of SWV. Love SWV. Stray Kids. God, higher music. You know what I mean? Like, the list goes on and on. Like, I could sit here and name off music genres and musicians, artists that I just love to listen to, sit back and chill and listen to, sit back and play in my mix. I can sit here and name them off all day. Drake. God, I'm a big, huge Drake fan. Could listen to his music all day. Cardi B. Love Cardi B. Meek Mills. You know what I mean? Young Blue. Lil Wayne. Usher. Busta Rhymes. Like, Fat Joe. Like, I love music. You know what I'm saying? I can sit and do this all day. So, but yeah, other than that, yeah.
What are some of your goals, or where do you see yourself in the future as a DJ?
Man, my goal is to become a full-time DJ, period, point blank. You know what I mean? I put in a lot of work in different areas in my life and in the community, but one of my biggest goals is to be a full-time DJ and to just keep bringing you guys content after content, and you know, I want to be able to get on the road and take this higher faculty to another level, you know, with my guys here at the studio. I think that's one of my biggest goals right now, you know, and I'm going to keep pushing myself to do that. I'm going to keep working hard at getting to that goal. You know, I'm going to put in the time as I can and get in here and drop content after content after content. So I think other than that, man, that's really it.
Dope, man. We're going to change gears a little bit, man. We're going to switch angles on you.
Okay.
We want you to talk about some of the equipment that you're using now. So tell us about your board.
Okay, so I use Pioneer DJ SRT 1000. You can probably get it for about $1,200. It might be cheaper now. I started off with a Newmark, and this is just for, people that know about DJ controller. Well, it's actually for anybody that needs any advice. I started off with an entry-level controller, which is the Newmark. I think it was called like a Newmark Pro, something like that. I can't remember. It's been so long since I had it. After I got tired of really using it, and I felt like I mastered it, which, there's probably 1,000 things that I didn't learn or do using that controller, but I just wanted to switch it up. After I got done with the Newmark, I moved up to Denon DJ, the Denon 7000 or something, 700, something like that. I can't remember the name exactly, but I went from Newmark to Denon, and Denon and Newmark are actually like a brother sister company. I want to say Denon might be the better quality, but I know they're like a brother sister company, and I could be saying that wrong too. But those are the two boards that I started off with, and I graduated from those and I moved to Pioneer, because a lot of people were like, man, Pioneer is probably the best. And it's not even just the SRT 1000. There's so many different Pioneer DJ controllers out there that, you can start off at an entry level on and you will love it. Like when I plugged in my XLR cords to this board and the sound that I heard coming from my speakers, it was amazing. And I haven't looked back since. I've actually purchased a couple more boards. Like I just recently had the Rain 1 mixer, wasn't feeling it. I had the Rain 72 mixer and the Rain 12. I wasn't really feeling it, like, because of certain controllers that I've already mastered on the SRT. So I was like, nah, so I got rid of them. But I'm sticking with this SRT right here, Pioneer DJ SRT 1000. Like, it has some of the best features on it. You got 4 channels. You have all of your you have all of your sound effect banks right here in front of you. Your hot cue banks, your loop roll banks, your slicers, samplers. You have literally everything right here in front of you. You can actually take these controllers and map them out to your likable standards, as far as, like, if you don't like how the sound effects are on this bank, you can actually go into your Serato settings and map where you want certain controllers at on this thing. So I love it, and I don't see myself getting rid of it until they maybe do some type of upgrade. Like, I'm looking forward for that, with the same features here, but maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a digital screen in the middle, or something digital on the controller itself, which I think they do have one, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, but they may already have that in the making, or there may be one already out. So yeah. I wouldn't really know that question, because I've never used anything older than this. I started off with digital controllers, and that's where I'm at with it. I did start DJing only 5-6 years ago, so I couldn't really tell you anything about the old school turntables. I know DJs back in the day put in a lot more work than us newer DJs coming up right now, because there was no laptop, there was no digital anything, and you had to literally find the sound yourself. Like, I watched the Get Up. Is it the Get Up or the Get Down? The Get Down. I watched the Get Down, and that taught me so much about DJing. It was crazy. Grandmaster Flash is on that show, and you can check that out on Netflix. He was one of the main characters in that show, and this came out right around the time when I first started DJing, and I couldn't figure out, how they were bringing in beats. Like, you know, the simple. I couldn't figure out how they were doing that, and he took a crayon, and if anybody's ever seen this show, I might not be explaining it right, but I'm trying my best to. But they would take a crayon and mark on the actual vinyl turntable itself, the vinyl platter itself, of where their beat drops or where their intro started at, and they would just mix it and bring it back, and it made so much sense, like, to bring in any type of beat drop on a song, and just the creativity that all DJs did starting off as a DJ is just insane, because now there's so much technology to DJing, and there's so much help, there's so many shortcuts, there's so many different ins and outs. Like, big ups to anybody that started DJing back in 80 something, maybe before that. Big ups to all those guys, like, because I don't know how I would have done it without, you know, this digital technology. So I can't really speak on the difference, because like I said, I just now, not just now, but that's before turntables and big huge coffins and records. That's before my time, so I can't really speak on that and answer that question firmly for you, but I know that they put in 10 times more work than what, you know, your 2020 or your 2000 DJs with all the digital going around right now. And I know there's still a lot of DJs out there that actually still use those, you know, records and vinyls and stuff like that. It's just nowadays it's more simplified, and it, you know, it's getting more it's more simple now than what it was. I know that for a fact.
So take us through, like, DJ 101, how you taught me, you know, loading one song, loading another song, and how they gotta match up, and how, like, you blend it. You can actually give us a demonstration, but I feel like a lot of people need to understand that you can't just get this song and put them together. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So for me, you know, at first I had no idea what BPM is. I had no idea what the key meant. I had no idea what a lot of this stuff. A buddy of mine, DJ XL, big ups to him. Salute to you, brother. DJ XL, we would be in a booth at the bar, and he would give me the rundown on any and everything that I had a question on. Basically, beat matching is key to DJing, and you know, some beats don't match, but if you're a good DJ, you know how to match those beats and blend the next song, which is, you know, another thing that I'm still working on. A lot of DJs don't use the sync button. I do, because it's, you know, it helps me out. It helps me actually go back and play a song without using the sync button, because now I'm like, okay, they're matching it up. You know, sometimes they'll match the beat up for me. Sometimes I can just do it myself. But when you get a BPM that's like, I want to say, let's just say I got a BPM at like 104, and then there's another one at like 67. It's a totally different outcome of the song, unless you just are the best beat matcher in the world. You know what I mean? Anything is possible. You can actually match and beat match any music out there. But for me, you know, it gets difficult because sound wise. So like I'll hear probably like first couple seconds of the song, and I know if it's slow, then I know I can't put on, let's say for instance, I can't play I don't think I would be able to mix like what song am I looking for? I probably wouldn't be able to mix This Is How We Do It with I don't know why am I going speechless right now? I probably wouldn't be able to mix like This Is How We Do It with a with the slow jam. Thank you for helping me out there, because I got stuck. I probably wouldn't be able to mix that, you know what I mean, just because, like I said, I use sync, and it helps me out a lot. And there's a big, huge difference. There's a big, huge sound difference in all music, you know, and it's just about matching your BPM. So like your say for instance my tempo slider here, like it'll max out if I got a BPM that's probably at like 90 and I scroll down to speed it up to match a song that's at 110, this will max out before I'm able to even match it to that. So that's why I use my sync to match it, and I listen to it, and it'll sync with it. It might not sound right at first, but it'll sync with it enough, and it gives me enough time to blend it to where I can actually take the song that I'm blending back to its original tempo. And it gets tricky, like, you know, like I said, like Larry said, you know, sometimes we get requests and they completely do not match the tempo that I'm already at, that I'm set at once I start a stream. They completely don't match, but there's always a way around it. You know, any good DJ can take any song and mix it together. And like I said, that's another thing that I'm working on. Right now, I'm using the sync button. So, you know, a lot of people don't use it. There's a lot of DJs out here that do use it. I see videos on YouTube all the time, and it's like, oh, don't use the sync. They just thrash the sync button. If you really want to be a good DJ, you need to not use the sync button. And I look at it, I'm using my sync button. Like, I don't care what y'all talk. I'm using my sync button until I feel comfortable enough to beat match any song. I'm going to use my sync button. So, yeah.
Is there any way that you can play something for them to where they can hear two songs playing without you hitting the sync button?
Yeah.
You hit the sync button to show them?
Yeah. Let me see what I got here. So, I'm going to take sync off, and I'm going to put this at its regular tempo, which is 90s Love. And 90s Love regular tempo starts at 108.
Remember, you might have to turn it down a little bit.
Okay. And then I'm going to...
Would you want to ask him a question on the mic?
Oh. You might want to watch your ears.
Can y'all hear me? My bad. I was asking him questions outside of the mic. My question was, I wanted him to give you guys an example of the power of the sync button, because this is what's been helping me as he's teaching me to DJ. And I'll never forget one time you were outside taking a break, and I couldn't find anything with the sync button. Like, I was just like, oh no, and I ended up just hitting start stop.
I mean, it helps a lot. You know what I mean? If you're somewhere and you want to get people into it and get them going, I mean, there's nothing wrong and this is just my opinion. There's nothing wrong with using it. But like I said, the sync button is bashed, highly bashed. If you check it, if you get on YouTube and look, sync button is highly bashed. But DJ Tezzy uses it, so.
And my question to him was, we wanted to show you guys the power of the sync button. So he's gonna play, you know, a song at a certain tempo and then show you how the sync button will drop it and match it. And it's just a huge help when someone's DJing.
So once again, I got 90s Love queued up, and I don't have anything on sync right now. It's just I got 90s Love. It's at 108 BPM, and then I got Punch NCT at a 91 BPM. So what I normally do is, like, I'll put my headphones on, and whether I'm starting from the beginning or from the top, I'll just let it play. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just go ahead and set a loop and let that beginning play. And I set it at an 8 count. Boom. So while this 90s Love over here is looping, I'm going to throw in NCT Punch without matching it with my with my tempo slider or without hitting the sync button. And I want you to listen to what it sounds like. Doesn't match at all, right?
No.
All right. Doesn't match at all. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let this beginning of this NCT play. I'm not gonna use my sync yet. I'm just gonna see if I can get as close to that 108 tempo as I can get. So with my tempo being at 91 right now, if I slide it down, and there's probably another way around this. This is just how I know it. Once I slide it down, as far as I can go to get this to 108, it only drops to 98.2. So what I can do is I can slow down the 90s love. I'm here on my left side, see where I can slow it down to. And I got it dropped down to about 99. So let's see if that matches. See how we do with that. You can hear the difference now. Slow down. It's right there, you know what I mean? That's without me syncing it. It's right there. It'll still match. It'll still, when you get close enough to match the beat, it'll still come out okay, but it doesn't come out right on it. Now for me, when I use that sync button, it's dead on, and I'm going to show you what it sounds like here with me using the sync button. I'm going to put my tempos back at where they were, 108 and 91, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this NCT punch and I'm just going to sync it up. So now both of my songs are at the same BPM. And I know 90s Love is a little bit faster than Punch. So I'm actually going to sync them together and drop it down to 99. I just want you guys to hear how this sounds when it comes in. I mean, it went perfect. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, sync is sync. You know what I mean? If I want my music to match and I know that I can't really keep up with that beat by doing it manually, I'm going to use my sync button because I want everybody to feel that. I want them to feel that transition coming in. I want them to feel that next song in, and that's why I mess around. And that's, you know, everything that all the knowledge that I'm giving you now is just stuff that I've learned from just watching YouTube and linking up with a great DJ XL. You know what I mean? Like if there's a beat that I know that I cannot manually mix, I'm going to use my sync button. You know what I mean? Because I want my crowd, I want my viewers to be like, "Ooh, do you hear that coming in?" Why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they? Why if I wasn't allowed to use this button, it would not be here. It's here for a reason. Use it as a DJ if you're DJing, especially if you've only been DJing for 2 days, 2 months, 1 year. You know what I mean? It's there for a reason. Practice without using it, by all means, because I do that. I'll sit and practice without using it. You know what I mean? And some of my mixes that I might sit and record sound fire without using it. But I want them to sound fire when I'm streaming live, and I'm going to use it. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I'm going to give you even more credit, man, because standing next to you when you mix now shows me how well that you are constantly thinking ahead and maneuvering with and without the sync button. And half the time, you'll even be finessing, and you'll come over and whisper to me like, "This is a little bit faster. You think they can tell?" And I'm like, sometimes they probably can, sometimes they can't. But I want you to talk about thinking ahead, because the perfect example is, you know, me being completely brand new to DJ and trying to learn. I've looked up one time and I'm like, oh crap, I got 10 seconds to go.
Yeah.
And it'll jump up on you.
Yeah.
So how far ahead are you always thinking when you're playing one song? Like, how does that work?
For me, when I'm playing music, when I start a song, I'm already thinking about the next song. So, like, if you see me up here and I got my headphones on, I might be moving totally different than what you're hearing because I'm thinking about that next song that's coming. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube as well as, building your crates and getting your next selection of music. Getting your selection of music ready to go before you do a set. And, that's cool and everything, but I don't really set my crates as well as I should. You know what I mean? I'll hear a song and be like, oh, I'm playing this tonight. I'll be at work, listen to a song, oh, I'm playing this tonight. And my music is so scattered around. As you can see, I got 2 laptops. I got music on here that when I started off DJing, I don't want to lose it, and I just haven't transferred it. I haven't took the time to sit and just build my crates to where they're just powerful crates and powerful sets. For me, it's just been so much on the go. I get lost in the sauce sometimes. Like, I'll be up here and I will search and search and search, and you'll see me. If you don't see me messing around with the jog wheel, that means I'm sitting here looking for a song. And a lot of DJs take heat for that too, for just sitting and searching and not being fully into your crate. You know what I mean? Yeah, one day I'll be able to sit down and set a full crate and get fully into it to where I know what I'm playing next. I know what matches with this. Like, here lately, I've been starting to make comments on my songs, like mix this with this song. So that's helping me out a lot. As far as my thought process, I'm already once I bring a song in, I'm already thinking about what I'm going to play next. You know what I mean? And you might, if you've been on this journey with me since I've been DJing the K-pop music, you probably already know what's coming next after you hear a certain song. You know what I mean? Like, when I play, for example, I'll go to my Monday night crate. Bear with me, please. I'll go to my Monday night crate, and when I play NCT Punch, for example, if you've been watching, you should know there's probably either Kick It is coming next or Kickback is coming next, because those 3 songs, they just blend so well together. You know what I mean? And to hear Punch, you know what I mean, and then hear Kickback, I just punch somebody and kick back, like, or I don't know, take it however you want it, but it's just the energy of the songs that matters a lot too. You know what I mean? You can have a song that's just hitting, thumping, just like, for example, I played what did I play? I think it might have been, what's the song where there's a breakdown in the middle? Excuse me, hold on one second. I gotta find this because this is a good example. It might be Kick It. Let me see. Might be Kick It. Monday night was the last set, right?
Yep.
Let's see. I want to go to. It might be this. Let me see. Nope, it's not Kickback. I think it's Kick It.
Kick.
So I think it's going to be Kick It. No, it's not that either. Hold on, bear with me. I'm trying to give you guys an example.
Brother, you giving us the sauce.
And I'm trying not to forget what I was talking about. Let's see. No, it's not that one. Monday Night Crate.
Anybody watching on the Twitch right now, too, check in with Mama Aya for the roll call if you are a VIP patron.
This part right here. That's a vibe energy right there. Hold on, I'm gonna loop it real quick. So you could have a song that's just giving you the craziest vibe, right? And it's okay. You don't have to bring in that same type of vibe. You know what I mean? You can bring in a slower vibe. So what I did Monday night was, you know, the songs, the title of the song is Baby Don't Stop. And then you have another song that's Baby Don't Like It. So, you know, those are two perfect songs to like match together. And you know, I can bring it in right here I can bring it in right there, or I can
that's just getting creative with the titles.
Yeah, that's just getting creative with the titles. That's getting creative with the energy of the song. Like I said, you don't always have to match the same energy of the song that you played before. You know what I mean? It's always a vibe, and it's always how you're feeling. Like, but you know, when you're DJing, try to tell a story. Like that's what I'm working on. That's another thing that DJ XL taught me. He was like, you know, just get up there and tell a story. He was like, go through all of your titles. You know what I mean? And I'm working on it as far as K-pop, because I'm starting to, you know, understand a lot more meaning to the K-pop music. So I'm working on trying to tell you guys a story while I'm DJing. You know what I mean? Baby don't stop, but Baby don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a vibe, and it's just crazy. Like, don't be afraid to take a high tempo song, or you know, a up tempo, or don't be afraid to take a high energy song and mix it with something smooth and slow and, you know, saucy, because it's okay. And you know, some people aren't going to like it and some people are going to love it, but at the end of the day, make sure you like it, because that's all that really matters, as long as you like it. So yeah.
What is one thing that you think that you is like one of your biggest strengths as a DJ, and what is one thing that you would like to improve on?
Man, one thing that I do want to improve on, I want to learn how to scratch better with my left hand. I want to learn how to scratch better in general. Like, I get on YouTube, and I keep saying YouTube because I watch YouTube like crazy, and I take anything DIY. I get on YouTube for everything. Like, who doesn't? But man, I'm starting to see kids DJing on YouTube and fire scratching, fire mix. There's this girl, I want to say she's only probably 12 years old, and she is the best scratch DJ that I have ever heard in my life. I can't remember her name, so I can't really shout her out right now, but man, when I say this girl does sets and kills it, she kills it. She has the big platters in front of her, the Rain 12s in front of her, and she just... So, you know, and it inspires me. You know what I mean? I'm 33 years old, and I'm watching 12-year-olds just straight cut like it ain't nothing. So one of my things that I do want to get better at is mixing with my left hand and using my crossfader a lot more. You know what I mean? I have trouble scratching and cutting in songs with my crossfader, just because I need to spend more time with my board. But those are two things that I want to improve as far as a DJ. I think I do really well at transitioning songs, you know, as far as using my buttons or simply just using my right platter. I'm right-handed, so I use my right platter all the time, often. You may only see me use my left hand when I'm just scratching up sound effects and stuff like that, which that's fun too. And I just learned how to do that like 2 months ago. Like, I don't know where it came from. Never ever out in 5 years, I've never used this hand. 2 months ago, I started using this hand. I think you witnessed it.
I was here that night.
I think, yeah, Larry witnessed it. He was like, bro, that sounds so much different. I was like, bro, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, but I think I got it. Like, I think I know how to use my left hand now. I was even telling my lady, like, babe, like, guess what? I use my left hand. I used my left hand DJing the other night. She was like, really? I was like, yeah, watch this episode real quick. So, you know, it felt good to just be able to just mix a sound effect. You know, even if I'm not taking a full song, a full set, and, you know, using both turntables and going crazy on the turntables, I'm working on it. Like, best believe I'm working on it. And when I learn how to do that and master that, it's going to be on. It's going to be on, like, for real. So, yeah, those are two things there to give you an example.
Perfect, man. So we got about, I would say, 10 to 15 more minutes until we start our VIP stream. So if you've got time, man, feel free to, you know, get a little sample of
Get a little
something
in there.
Yeah, might as well. You know, I can never get enough of the mix
on there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then we're gonna let people join for our VIP stream, and then we'll get it going. And then he's gonna be back at 7 tonight to turn up. Thank you, Tezzy, for your time and giving us some of your secret sauce, man. We're gonna start doing more tutorials so we can get more in depth. If there's any DJs out there that are looking to learn, we're gonna get some courses popping, and more videos and more content coming soon. Thank you all for joining. Kick back until the VIP.
Thank you so much. K-Pop-a-thon continues. I love y'all.